I was born in Venezuela. I actually moved to the U.S. when I was 12. Me and my family moved because my mom got a job at the Pan American Health Organization. She's a pharmacist, and we actually moved before Chavez, so that was lucky, you know. So, but yeah, we moved to Washington, D.C., and that's where I grew up there, basically. I grew up in Maryland. I went to school there. I went to a Catholic school because my mom is like, you know, you don't know English, but you're gonna be Catholic. And I love learning. I was watching the History Channel before I came here. They're having this big debate whether Jesus was black or white. I actually think Jesus is Latino. Because first of all, his name is Jesus. So we did all that, and then and I grew up in Maryland. I went to school in Maryland. I graduated. I majored in finance and international business. That's what I did. And then after my last semester, I realized, yeah, this is not for me. You know, after I cheated my way through the last class. That was my first sign of going like, well, I gotta find what I like. I gotta find a passion, which is why I think what everyone should do. Find your passion. Don't do stuff because society tells you, or because your mom tells you, or because your girlfriend tells you, or because your fortune cookie tells you, whatever it is. Like, just do what really inspired you. I didn't do that right away. I still went to working. I started working at an investment firm. And again, I was like, you know, when I was like, oh no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be a finance guy. I'm gonna make money, all this stuff. And again, it started hitting me again. I had like a quarter-life crisis, which I say. I started realizing, well, if I keep doing this, and I'm 40 years old, I keep doing this, working in a cubicle, I think I'm gonna do something crazy, you know. But that's when I started figuring it out. I'm like, I gotta find what I like. And everything always led to comedy. I always loved watching, you know, comedy. I always loved making jokes. Every time it was a serious situation, I would always find even the joke out of it. Even if at the funerals, I would try to make jokes of what's going on through a family funeral, stuff like that. And which you should not do it when you're doing a eulogy. It doesn't work. His dad was a carpenter. And his mom got pregnant by not doing anything. Jump, 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 Mexico, no! Yeah, that's when I first started going like, well, I like comedy, and first thing I did is that I actually took an improv class at the DC Improv by myself, and I kind of cheated. I didn't tell anybody. So I was cheating on my family and my friends and my girlfriend at the time. I didn't tell anybody, and I just went there one day on a Sunday afternoon and took the class. And that was the first time I was like, wow, I'm good at this. I like this, and I want to keep doing it again. Because every time I did stuff, I did it just for the rush or because it was cool, and then I dropped it. But with this improv comedy, I was like, yeah, I like this, and I kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And that eventually led to me, you know, graduating from the class. And that's when I started really thinking, I'm like, man, if I want to really do comedy and be a comedian, I have to move. I have to move to New York or LA. And that's when I made the decision to move to LA. Maria, what happened? I just touched you today. They get pregnant by touching, guys, it's true. And they're tricky. They come to like, hi, my name is Maria. Hi, Maria, I'm not gonna touch you. You tricky Maria. I'm not gonna touch you. No. First time I told my parents that I wanted to move to LA to do comedy, they were like, mira, tu madre. No, mentira. No, that's what I thought I was gonna do. I thought that, and to me, when they were like, no, you know what, fine, go do it. To me, that was the first sign that I should follow my dream or my passion, which I think, you know, because they basically told me, go do it. And I realized in their point of view, it's kind of like, well, first of all, I already graduated, so it didn't matter. But at the same time, it's kind of like, go do what you need to do. And if it doesn't work out, you can still always come back, which I think that's being a supportive family. So they never told me that. That's what I told myself by the way, because basically they were like, yeah, whatever, you can go, you can do it. I was like, all right, thank you, Dad, I love you. Yeah, whatever, yeah, go. I'm like, oh, okay, you just want me out of the house. Yeah, follow your dream. Follow your comedy dream, you clown. By the way, that's if you want to be in a telenovela, that's all you gotta do. Say Maria and stare in the camera for 5 minutes. It's like, Maria. 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 So when I got to LA, everything was crap. My girlfriend broke up with me at the time, which I thought I was the one that was gonna break up with her. So that was just, you know, that really hit me. Then my parents were going like, what are you doing? You're not get a job. So it was like depressed mode, you know, whatsoever. That only lasted for a month because then I got a job right away. And then I got a job in finance, and then I started doing open mics. Open mics every day, which is the first thing that you do as a comic are open mics. That's the first thing that you have to do. And after that, everything just started opening doors. I started doing more open mics, and then eventually started working at the Comedy Store in Hollywood. That was my first job as a comedian. I started working in the door, which if you don't know the point of the Comedy Store, when you work as an employee there, it means you have to be a great comic, or not a great comic, but you want to be a comic. And that's how they hire you. So I started working there while I was still working in my finance field. So I was doing basically 2 or 3 jobs. It was like, I felt like I had like I was trying to support a family of 3 kids, which I never had any. So when I started working at the Comedy Store, that's when you start going and actually performing in front of an actual audience. And that's when you start really developing your style. I mean, I didn't know at the time what my style was. I was just trying to be funny, and I would do anything to be funny. You try to act too much, I would try to be too lively or too hyper. But eventually I started realizing that a lot of my laughs, I get them through my physical attributes. Not because I look good, but the faces I put. And I'm not saying I look good. That's what Humberto, the producer, says all the time, that I look good. My name is Francisco Ramos. I'm a comedian.
I look like I'm Francisco's manager right now. Right?
Come on, man, get me in there.
Hey, we're gonna get you in GQ magazine, see?
Yeah.
It's gonna be your names alike, see?
He's from the 1920s.
1920.
See?
See?
How's stand-up going?
It's good, man. Going up tonight at the Comedy Magic Club.
I'm Kevin Christie. I know Francisco from doing stand-up basically around town. I've known him for probably 5-6 years now. All right, loser of this game, next time they do stand-up, shirtless, can't explain it. Just has to be on stage shirtless.
All right, and you can't say nothing?
Can't mention it. You just have to be on stage without a shirt.
Without no shirt off?
No shirt off.
You can't say it?
No. You just
nothing.
have to be in the moment.
You just gotta go like, hey guys, how you guys doing?
How's everybody doing? 4th of July weekend. You can say 4th of July, but that's it.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Good?
His comedy is much more sexual than his tennis. His comedy is very like I wish there was more of his insides in his tennis game like there is in his comedy. Because in his comedy, he's like, I'm giving you Francisco. In his tennis, he's like giving you a bunch of tennis players he likes, that he wants to be. It's not Francisco.
Well, tennis to me is a very big, important part of me because I'm good at it. No, I think tennis actually helped me actually follow my dream of comedy because I actually taught tennis to kids. So I used to work as a tennis instructor in order for me to have the flexibility to do comedy. So tennis is a huge part of my life.
Ah! I can't. I'll pay you money not to do it. I'll give you, listen to me, this is important. I'll give you $200 if I don't have to do it.
What?
It's not fair, you have a way better body. $200. Is that fair?
All right, sounds good. I needed $200.
Yeah, no, everyone does. I need to never show my body. Francisco's, I think, ethnicity does speak to a lot of audiences because it's not like threatening ethnicity. I mean, again, regardless, any accent behind that smile is gonna look nice. I mean, not all of us were blessed with those teeth, you know what I'm saying? So like, it doesn't really matter. You could give him one of those terrible accents. We know what you're kind of talking about. And he'd still be fine. I don't think it hurts him. I mean, you know, and it's a nice way to like, he can play like, I'm confused while he takes your women. You know what I mean?
Girls like my accent. They think it's cute, you know? So every time I see really hot girls, I try to thick it up to see if it works better. Like, I was at this party, and there was this girl dancing by herself. I was like, oh, yes, I'm going to introduce myself, you know? So I see her right there. I'm like, ah. Then I walk up to her.
The thing is that when you start doing comedy in the beginning, you try to make fun of like of easy things or even like very external things. So one of the first things that I did was just basically I was trying to make fun of my Latino heritage or being a Latino. So one of the first jokes I did was Jesus being a Latino, which I know it's a joke that's been done all the time. Could be you know, people call it a hacky joke. And when I first started, that's the first thing that I did. You know, that's how you learn. The point to me is like, if I could make stuff like that that's not as original or as personal funny, that means you still have the talent to do it. And but yeah, I think one of the things you fall on your face is that I never fell on my face. I never kind of like truly bombed. But you know, you always do jokes where you're like, I heard that before, or kind of like, well, that's not as funny or as original as when you start really talking about your personal life and your point of view. Tennis actually became a part of my stand-up routine because, as I said, I used to teach tennis to little kids, and with the language, it became a little troublesome to sometimes try to instruct them, especially the parents, and that's why I came up with the focus bit. Yeah, if I have somebody that can hook up with my gig or be in a show, I'll definitely let him beat me, for sure. Right now it still hasn't happened yet, so if somebody out there that wants to put me in a show, a producer, a director, let's play. I won't beat you.
Last night I was gonna go out and put in my Facebook status. I'm like, tonight's gonna be a good night. And then I'm sitting in front of my computer waiting for a comment. Nobody thinks tonight's gonna be a good night? Not even a thumbs up, I like nothing. Finally, after half an hour, somebody answers like, me too. I'm like, yes! I got friends! Thank you, Mom.
The cool thing about it is like when it's good that you just want to shoot stuff and just want to put it out there and like see what happens, you know, because you know sometimes happens some people they just want to, they make it too serious, you know what I mean? Like they make it too like, we gotta write content.
They feel like they gotta perform and make it. And it's like, nah, just do this shit.
It's like do it, and then we figure out what.
Yeah, I think the point of like when you're trying to be a comedian and trying to sell your ideas is like the point is just to do it. Just do it and see if it becomes popular, if something happens, and then you know.
They want to get to a certain point, you know, like
they want to be accepted.
Yeah, they want to be accepted.
Like how long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing it now for about 12 years.
It takes a while.
Yeah,
people don't realize that.
Yeah, because the best thing is from the longevity standpoint, and even like from like when I read like Louis C.K. what he said about how like kids just want to break. He said that people always want it fast and soon, and he say how long you been doing it? What, 15 years? He's like, you just getting traction.
Where are you in the spectrum, Doc?
I'm at an open mic stage. It's a struggle. It's a real struggle. No, I think I'm at a point where.
No, you're definitely like, I know you for a while. I know you for like now like 8 years, and like I see now your progress. I mean, I see now like you're so much better, and you know yourself more, and your point of view now on stage is so much cleaner than when I first saw you.
There's a lot of couples here I see. I was just in a relationship. My girlfriend broke up with me. But then she wanted to be friends right away, which I don't get that, right? She's like, I don't get that, because to me, that's like getting fired from your job, and then your boss is like, hey, you want to come back to work for free?
You know what's funny is to see when they first get on stage and because they think they all that.
Yeah.
And when they bomb, just to see their soul just wither away. You just watching them like, oh, they get to break it down. They get the throat get the crack.
I think there's stages of bombing that people don't realize. Like the stages of bombing is like they're real. First of all, like you go like, oh well, I'm bombing, and then you start talking to the crowd, and then you start being friendly with the crowd. Then you start hating the crowd. They're like, all right, you guys don't want to laugh, and then you start being apologetic, like, I'm sorry, guys.
I always go to apologetic directly.
That was my biggest thing was I used to always apologize. They used to get on me all the time, like, stop, you always say sorry. Stop saying that.
You gotta control. I mean, it's like you gotta come in and when you're a stand, you gotta control the stage and control the audience, not in an egocentric way, but you gotta be able to show that, hey, I know what I'm doing. Relax, guys. You know, you can't be like, is this okay? Is this? Are you guys wanna laugh? Is this? Do you wanna? It's like a girl. Like as a guy, when you try to, flirt with a girl or try to court a girl, you can't be like. You gotta be, manly. You can be, yeah. Do you wanna eat fish or chicken? Well, we can do both. We can combine. Like, get out of here, man. She's vegan.
Once I went to a therapist. She told me that all my problems.
That's why he's a comic.
Most comics gotta go to a therapist. It's so funny. It's always, I'm like, God damn, man, you want a therapist too? All right, whatever.
So this was in college, and I went to this therapist, and she told me that all my problems rooted in perfection, that I wanted to be perfect. So she made me read this book about why am I trying to be so perfect.
Okay.
And she's like, but you gotta read it well. And it didn't help,
I mean, the story, worst pitch ever. Like, hey guys, so this is a guy who goes to a therapist. He wants to be perfect, and no, that's it. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
It hasn't worked,
It's like the movie A Beautiful Mind, but with just the first act.
Especially as a beginner comic, that's the biggest problem, is everybody's trying to be perfect. So you have to get past that vulnerability part, and then you have to accept that. Once you accept that, then the rest comes.
And to me, it's accept the fact. I think it's accepting yourself to know that that you're good enough in what you're doing, and you trust yourself enough in being funny. Yeah, you trust you can accept the fact that I'm bombing, I'm not doing good. But once you start accepting that while you're on stage and everybody's looking at you, then you're good.
Like you surrender.
For me, living with my girlfriend was like buying a parrot. Because in the beginning, you think it's a good idea to buy a parrot.
Going tonight to the Comedy Magic Club if you guys want to roll through.
Oh, cool.
All right?
Yeah, I like it.
8 p.m. All right? All right. See you later, buddy. All right. See you. Why is everybody leaving?
That's awesome.
Why is that? Stand-up comedy has actually gotten me a lot of acting gigs, and I love acting. Like one of the recent ones that I got was actually in the new TBS show, Steve Carell's new show that he created called Tribeca. It was a small part, and funny thing about that gig is that when I auditioned for the part, I actually added a little bit of an accent. Even though I have an accent, I added a little more to it. And then on the day of the set, when we were shooting it, Steve Carell comes up to me and tells me, hey man, can you drop the accent? Because you know that this is more of a serious scene. So I'm like, okay, sure. And as he leave, I'm thinking to myself, going like, does he know that I have an accent? And then it's funny because if you see this scene, I'm kind of like using my American accent. I'm like, hi, two detectives are here to see you. Not that bad, but like, it'll be funny because he was like, all right. Another great opportunity that I have done is actually this new show on Netflix called Lady Dynamite. It's by Maria Bamford, who's a great comic. She's been doing comedy for like 30 years. And also it's created by Mitch Hurwitz, which is the guy who created Arrested Development. And it's a great show. It's got a lot of great cameos, a lot of great comics. And I actually play the lover of the ex-wife of Maria's manager. So I do a lot of sexy, suave stuff, which it wasn't that much hard to do. I don't think this is gonna work out.
Why not?
Because you're a man.
So?
So, I'm not into guys.
Well, you like me on Tinder.
Yeah, because you look like a woman.
Besides stand-up and acting, I also have gotten to have the chance to write a lot of sketches and a lot of ideas and direct them. The first one that I did was a parody of Making a Murderer, which is called Making a Latino. And you're gonna see this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Here he comes, after 18 years. Ay, gracias a Dios, la Virgen María, regresaste a casa.
The Gutierrez family despised Carlos being American. They wanted him to be, act, and speak Latino. So they sent him back to Mexico. It's a shame. People should be who they really are.
Another sketch that I had a chance to perform was a parody of the Superman versus Batman movie, but it was called Superman versus Novia, which the woman always wins.
Well, gotta go save the world.
Wait, again?
There's a meteor about to hit the Earth. If I don't leave in 5 minutes, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, it's just we never spend any time together anymore.
Ay, Dios mío, otra vez con esta vaina.
Why can't one of your other superhero friends save the world?
'Cause I'm Superman.
Yeah, well, when I met you, you were Carlos Quintero.
I told you I had to change my name from Carlos Quintero to Clark Kent if I wanted to work in the Daily Bugle because it's
owned by Trump. Yes, I know, whatever.
Okay, you know what? I can't do this anymore.
And last sketch that I did was due to the Copa America, tournament that happened this summer in the U.S. I actually wanted to do a sketch about soccer, so this one is called Soccer Dance, and you'll figure it out when you see it.
That day changed my life, Coach.
I want you to close your eyes and imagine a corner kick. The most beautiful corner kick. Santos kicks the ball past the near post, over the central defenders, to the far post, where the ball hits Serna's head, bounces off, past the outstretched hands of the goalkeeper, to the back of the net.
So as a stand-up comic, you basically start, you gotta get past in the regular major clubs. In Los Angeles, for example, there's the Comedy Store, there's the Improv, and there's the Comedy and Magic Club, which I think to me is one of the greatest clubs in the whole country. In the Comedy and Magic Club, there's people great people that perform here, especially like Jay Leno. Sometimes you get stars, TV stars like Paul Reiser, Larry Miller, Jerry Seinfeld sometimes pops in, and then me. Tonight's actually the 38th birthday of the Comedy and Magic Club. It's been here 38 years in Hermosa Beach, California. And the guy who's performing tonight is actually a great comic, great friend. His name is Ian Bogg, who was actually in Last Comic Standing with me. And we actually went head to head when we made it to the top 10. We had to battle each other, and he won. So now it's my revenge, Ian. You're next. So I'm here at the Comedy and Magic Club, and I'm gonna be able to perform in 45 minutes in Hermosa Beach, California. It's gonna be a great show, and I'm just ready to just perform. So just gonna get here to the green room and see my what's that? Carly Sherman, very funny comic.
And you hated that I was dating a white chick. I'm sorry, I like them. They're quiet. They don't scream at me.
I don't know what his mom's talking about because I find him very Latino. I miss Jose.
Carlos.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Muy bien.
We knew he was Latino. We knew he was Latino.
So let's talk about being a clean person and not dirty.
A clean, you're pretty clean.
No, I am. I mean, in terms of comedy, yeah, I think I'm overall clean. I tend to, and that's the thing. The cool thing about working here at the Comedy and Magic Club is that, it kind of doesn't. They don't force you, but their ideal is to have a clean set, kind of like kind of like a TV Tonight Show kind of set, kind of late night set. So, which actually to me is have helped me to become a better comic, because to be a clean comic, you have to be smarter, you know, and you have to like write without trying to be
sort of going for the
dirty joke and stuff like that. So and I think it just opened the doors to definitely more opportunities when you're clean, you know. But obviously, I can always be dirty if I need to, you know. It just depends on the situation, which I kind of adapt to. What about you? Are you kind of like you're more of like a clean comic?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to perform here a lot, but like you getting to work at this club, at Comedy Magic, it's like a gift, because you're forced to work on like a TV set.
Yeah.
You know, so you're always like working towards like, even if that's funny, like how can I make it clean for TV?
Yeah.
Just follow me on this trip. You know, you're shopping around, you see a parrot, you're like, oh, look at this parrot. He's so beautiful and exotic and colorful. Hi, parrot. And the parrot flirts with you. Oh, I like you, parrot. You're coming home with me, yeah.
I call it the office hours of a comic. Is basically from like 7 to like 2 in the morning, 7 p.m. to 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's why people go like, oh, but you do this every night? I'm like, yeah, you go to your office job every day, you know, sometimes in the weekend. So to me, it doesn't, you do have to drive a lot sometimes, you know, especially when you're starting, you know, kind of thing. I don't know if you ever had to, like, I would drive to, you know, like 2 hours just to do a 10-minute gig, you know.
And people are like, why? Why would you? And like,
and I wasn't even getting paid. I was getting like some flat coke. But yeah, I think that's the thing. I mean, have you done that too? Like where you have to drive like so much?
Oh yeah, where it's not even like a thought. It's just like it's a part of this. Like it's a part of what we do. It's just it comes with it.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. I would say like stand-up to me is a lifestyle. And people that want to do it, I always tell people like, make sure you want to get in this lifestyle. Because it's
definite. Like,
right.
That's why we're all single and sad.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of alone.
By the way, Courtney.
Oh my God! Stop! What? Wait, wrong hand.
Oh, right. But you're already married.
No, it's my middle finger.
You get home like, this is our house. Parrot, I love you, but I'm gonna go out. But as soon as you're about to walk out the door, the parrot's like, where are you going? What time are you getting home? I'm pregnant!
Usually when I'm on a show, like there's one woman on the show tonight. And that's like pretty typical. There's like, there's usually one woman that's on a lineup. Yeah. And like, I mean, I guess after a certain like level, then it's like, you're proud to be that woman. But it's also kind of that feeling like, oh, like they have to, like the token girl, like they just gotta throw a chick on there. And she's usually either first or second.
Yeah.
Just like get her out of the way.
Well, this show in particular, Ian Bag is headlining.
Right.
So it's not.
Oh, yeah, no, there's always an excuse. Totally.
Hey, by the way, can you go to the kitchen? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
When did you learn to talk, parrot? You didn't say anything when I bought you. And how are you pregnant? Now I can't return you.
Sometimes I have my set list on my phone mostly, and I go like, okay, if I'm working new material, I definitely make sure that I want to hit those new jokes that I want to work on. But yeah, it's kind of like you're already kind of prepared in a way. I don't think you don't do as a comic. You do your work before you get to the club.
Mouth exercises, like.
Yeah. No, that's another thing. That's a funny story. I think when I first started at the Comedy Store working there, I remember that I would see like Sebastian, for example, talking to another comic. You know, and he was like, and then Sebastian Maniscalco, all right, boom. And he just walked in and like performed. And I'd be like, how does he do that? How does he not go over his set? And now that I've done it for like, you know, being a comic for like almost 8 years, you know, around there, I do the same thing now. Like I could be talking right now, Francisco, you're up, and I can just go up and do it.
It's just like a job. It's like
yeah. Which reminds me, I have to go and perform. Thank you. All right. Bye.
You know, Francisco's one of those guys where you hear the label up and coming, and he's already here. Super funny, super talented. He has everything you look for in a comedian. The material's really strong. His physical ability to act stuff out is top-notch, as good as anybody out there. And then he appeals to every demographic, young, old, race doesn't matter. He tells us his story through his eyes.
Hey, how was your set? Oh, this is Ian Bogg, everybody. The famous Ian Bogg.
Would you like to see where I warm up before I go on stage?
If you ever seen... Guys, if you ever saw...
A steady stream is a strong stream.
I guess like if we were the movie Rocky, I was the Russian guy and you were Rocky because you beat me in Last Comic Stand.
No, if we were in the movie Rocky, I'd be the old man that just kept telling you, take her to the zoo, Rock. Take her to the zoo.
Well, my dad, he passed away in 2009, and you know, people always ask me how does it feel. Obviously, it's never gonna be great. You know, you're always gonna miss your dad. Every day I miss my dad, but you know, you learn to cope with it. And to me, I use my dad as inspiration because he actually came from a poor neighborhood in Venezuela. He basically went, you know, he's one of the few guys that from his neighborhood that basically went to college. He created his own business, and you know, he made a success of himself. So for me, he's a great inspiration in my comedy journey because I always look up to him and you know, kind of try to follow his steps on what I'm doing with comedy.
There's no ego. It's just about going up on stage and making people laugh. Nothing more than that. He gets a thrill from that.
Yeah, I think the one thing that you're going to hear universally is that the best thing anybody can be is just such a good guy. You just can't help but just go, you know, you just want to hang out with him. And I think that's going to translate to film and TV and all of that because it's genuine. There's nothing other than just honesty and who he really is.
He's Canadian.
I'm Canadian.
Yes.
And I have an Australian passport.
And I went to go see, he invited me to his hometown, which is amazing.
I forgot about that.
It was amazing.
Hold on, man.
Oh, excuse me. Cut!
Cut! This young man wants to walk by you, no?
Oh, yeah, he was, oh no,
he's with you guys.
Yes.
He went to your house. He wasn't. What happened was I said, I do a fundraiser every year in my hometown, Terrace, British Columbia, and I only take the funniest people in the world. And this year we took Francisco.
And it was amazing.
Amazing. Chad Daniels and
then Matt Fultron. Yeah, and then we got to eat smoked salmon.
Smoked salmon.
You know,
the weather was horrible.
The weather was but it was. I guess it's what I expected of. You know, I got to see where he grew up. His house. It was amazing.
He's got to go visit my parents.
I went to your room.
Went to my room. It was fantastic. Showed him where I smoked pot for the first time. It was good time.
Yeah, but it was awesome. It was great to see like where.
You went to my high school.
Oh yeah, we went. Yeah.
High school. My buddy that I went to school with is now the principal up there, which confused everybody.
That's right. Yeah. We got to we built a snowman.
Built a snowman.
There was to be
6 single girls in town went crazy for.
Yeah, I'm actually moving. I don't know if you know that.
He's got his own cul-de-sac. Own show cul-de-sac wives up in Terrace.
I got a street name after me for some reason.
It's because how many people got pregnant was there? Ramos Avenue.
But yeah, go watch Ian Bogg. He's amazing. Please do. And he's one of my good friends.
I gotta go back in my office now.
He's gonna go back now.
Oh, he's talked so much about me. I'm gonna go prepare.
First comic is absolutely hilarious. He tours all over. You've seen him on the Netflix show Lady Dynamite. Please make him feel welcome, Mr. Francisco Ramos.
Yeah, give it for Taylor Tomlinson, everybody. Yeah. What's up, guys? Yeah, how are you? So you guys had a good weekend? It's over. Yeah, all right, okay, thank you. It's done. Shut up. I'm done with it, okay? Oh, okay, all right. I apologize. Okay. I won't go to your bakery then. I'm sorry. Can I get the 4th of July? No, get out! Get out! It's over. I was wearing my flag of the United States yesterday, just in case Trump supporters were out there. I was like, I'm American. You never know. But yeah, because I was born in Venezuela, guys. Yeah, but now I live here in California, which makes me Mexican. Thank you. You guys laugh a little too loud at that one, all right? You're like, it's true. What's going on? It's true. People always ask me stupid questions about Venezuela too, man. This guy came up to me the other day. He's like, hey, do you guys have electricity over there? I was like, I didn't come from the past. I didn't travel through time. It's not when I got here, somebody turned a light, and I'm like, oh my God. Did you crave fire, my lord? Of course, it's electricity in Venezuela, Mondays and Thursdays. Yeah, man. Said I moved to the US when I was 12. I had to learn English on my own. English is a hard language to learn. You guys don't realize it. Too many words sound similar. When I was growing up, I couldn't say the word beach. I couldn't say that word. Apparently, I can still say it. And I had this presentation in middle school about Venezuela, you know, so I start, I'm like, the best thing about Venezuela are the bitches. I got suspended for 3 days. My teacher, she took me to the class and she's like, look, Francisco, I don't know how to do things in Nicaragua. I was like, what? I'm from Venezuela, it's the same thing. Another word I couldn't say growing up was focus. I couldn't say that word either. Yeah, and I used to teach tennis to kids. I was director of a tennis camp. And I had to this parent-teacher conference. So I go in and talk to the parents. I'm like, welcome, parents. I'm sorry to tell you that your kids will not focus. We've done everything we can to get into focus, you know, but all they want to do is play with the balls. Can't focus like that, too many balls in the air. But look at Jimmy, he loves to focus. I got arrested that day. Like I said, I'm a U.S. citizen. I did have to become a citizen. I don't know if you know this. When you become a citizen, you have to take a test about the U.S. culture. There's a lot of questions to the test, pretty easy questions. Like one of the questions was like, do you speak English? Yes or no? Which is a stupid question because even if you don't know English, you can just memorize a yes and get the question right. I used to be in a relationship. I did. I had my first, it was the first time I went out with a white girlfriend. It was great. I loved her. She was awesome. We used to live together. One thing about her, that she was very quiet. And we used to live together. So it was like I was living with a Prius. I was like, what? Are you on or off right now? Do I have to plug you in? What's going on? Because I'm not used to that, man. Because all my ex-girlfriends before her were Latinas. And Latinas are loud. They're not like Priuses. They're like dirt bikes. They make noise for no reason. What do you say? Nothing. Like I said, we used to live together. The hardest thing about living with her was sharing the shower. Because when I was single by myself, I didn't have anything in my shower. I only had one giant bottle of shampoo that I bought in 2008. It cost me 79 cents. And you can use it on horses too. And I just kept filling that bottle with water and shaking it. So shampoo in there. She moved in 25 bottles of shampoo, conditioner. It was like taking a shower in the middle of CVS. Like, what aisle is this? And my shower was clean. I only had my giant bottle of shampoo. She moved in. I started seeing hairs in the wall of the shower. I was like, does a ghost live here? What's going on? Because I wasn't used to, I don't get that. I never been taking a shower in my life, and then all of a sudden a hair falls off my head. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put it in the wall. That makes perfect logical sense. Oh, another one fell. I'm gonna put it in the same spot. I built a tarantula of my own hair. Like a crazy person. And be like, please, can you please clean it up? Oh, it's gonna clog the drain. It's clogging the wall. That's why I don't get how movies make things that couples do look better than they really are. I was watching this Lifetime movie the other day because they're so realistic. Right? And they're having this couple, and this couple in the movie, they were both taking a shower at the same time. And in the movie, it was great. It was slow motion, steam coming out, doves flying everywhere. When you take a shower with somebody else, there's no doves. First of all, there's no room for two people. Right? You're stuck there with the other person like, oh my God, get off me. It's not like in the movie. I'm just stuck next to the wall. And there's some hairs on this wall. And in the movie, the couple, they were both sharing the water at the same time. It was like, In real life, only one person gets the water, right? Correction, only the woman gets the water. And the guy standing behind going like, how's the water? Is it hot? Because I'm freezing here. My name is Francisco Ramos. Thank you very much. Váyalo.
What's up, guys? So, well, thank you guys for joining me this couple of days to know what is life, the life of a comic and the day of a comic. And please follow me at franciscoramos.com. That's my website. Twitter at Francisco Ramos, and Instagram and Snapchat at FRamosComedy. That's not F Ramos Comedy. That's just my name. But thank you guys very much. American Latino presents LOL Latino Comics, and thank you guys very much. So, váyalo. I'll see you later. See you later.
Oh, we're closed.
Oh, we're shooting something in, so we're supposed to.
No, we're closed.
Okay.
We clean up later.
All right. All right. Need to get an Uber now. All right. Ball. Come on, ball boy. Yeah.
I lost, but I'm willing to give you money.
I need it in just single bills.
That's fine. You want twos?
Twos, please.
100 twos. 100 twos.
All right. You know, I like to play tennis with my fellow comics because first I beat them because they suck. Nah, I'm kidding. Oh, look at my special Humberto. You're good, Humberto. Here. Nice.